Hi, I'm Stefan, the BMW DIY guy, and do you want to improve the look and stance of your BMW? I'll show you how. All right, so the project today is about changing the appearance of your car. And we're going to be installing spacers on this GL1 X3. Now, I love this car. The wheels are fantastic, but when you look at the car and the wheels are kind of set back into the wheel well, and I'll point out what I mean here in a second. It looks like your tires are kind of recessed. Now you can solve that with expensive new wheels and change tire sizes and do all kinds of crazy things. But if you like your OEM wheels and you don't want to go through that massive expense of that change, install spacers. Pushes your wheels out a little bit further, pushes them a little bit more flush with your fenders, and it gives it a little bit more aggressive look. Now let me grab the camera and kind of look straight down, because maybe some of you are like, what do you mean by this? They talk about kind of tire poke, right? How far do your wheels come out of your wheel well? I like flush right up against the fenders. So let me show you what I mean. All right, so my car's already up in the air, but that really doesn't change how far in and out the wheels are. So what I mean is when you look straight down your fender lining, you can see how your wheel disappears. It's back in deeper and further. There's quite a bit where it doesn't sit up flush with your fender liner. This helps push it out, makes your car look a little bit more aggressive. So spacers are really easy. When you look at the wheels, they just go between your wheel and your hub. They sit in between and they push out a little bit. You can get spacers of all kinds of different sizes. And in this case, I want a little bit of change. I'm not going super aggressive with these OEM wheels. So we're going to be installing 15 millimeter spacers all the way around. Now, in addition, the process is going to be exactly the same on all four wheels. So I'll just show you on one. It's really, really easy. So the first thing you got to do is get your car in the air. You can do this easily with a jack and jack stand. Always make sure to use a jack stand. Don't bet your life on a 50-cent part. I'm also a big fan of quick jacks, as you can tell, so I can get the car up in the air entirely. So I'm going to pull the bolts out, pull the wheel off, and I'm going to show you installing the new spacer. All right, so here we are looking at the hub, and if you don't have a good wheel lug socket, make sure to pick up one from Berger. This is fantastic. It's got a Teflon covering around the outside of it, so it will protect your wheels as it takes it off. So these are fantastic, so make sure to pick one of these up. So a couple of things. So when you look at your hub here, if your hubs are a little bit older, and mine are in good shape, the discoloration you see here is actually some grease that's already been applied. So the instructions here are going to be a little bit different depending on your circumstances. So very frequently, this center ring will rust. If it is, go ahead and take a steel brush or a wire wheel and just buff it all down to clean metal. I don't need to do this in my case, but I've certainly had to do that before. Now, if you do have to do that, or even if it's clean, Berger does a great job of including a little bit of anti-seize. Now, this is only on this inner collar right here, just on the inner collar. Don't go any further than that. This is going to help you take the spacer off again if you ever have to in the future. Now, in my case, this actually has some grease on it already. So I could potentially put a little bit of anti-seize on here, but I don't think I'm going to need to. So on my specific car, it's going to be a little bit different. All right, so the spacer itself is really, really straightforward. Just stick it on. So you can see, it just goes straight on like that. Very, very simply. And as you can see, the holes will line up with the existing lug holes as you go around. So that brings us to one further point. That's also kind of, which can be a secondary advantage of doing a project like this. If your lug bolts have gotten a little bit beat up over time, and when you do spacers, you actually have to install new, longer lugs. So all of your spacers come with new lugs that you want to use these. Do not reuse the OEMs. So you're going to take the OEMs and set those aside. You can always save them if you ever need be, or if you want to switch back, but you're going to be using these new lugs. So go ahead and put the spacer on, get it in place. Once you put that a little bit of anti-seize around the ring after you've cleaned it if you need be, and get it lined up with the lug holes. All right, so we're just going to put the wheel right back on next. All right, so I'm ready to put my wheel back up, but the one other thing I also wanted to point out is you can also get these great guide pins from BMS. This just screws into one of the lug bolt holes, and this allows you to help guide the wheel up when you put it on and help hold it into place. You're not trying to balance it or do anything crazy while you put your lug bolts in. Okay, so go ahead and put your wheel back on, and then just snug your lug bolts back down. remember, we're not going to torque them down until the car's on the ground. And then in addition, you put them, even now, just to snug them up, I put them in a star pattern. So go across as you put those new lug bolts back in. All right, it really is that simple. Take the wheel off, clean up the hub if you need to, put a little bit of grease on if you need to, put the spacer on, put your wheel right back on. As you can see, you can now see the black spacer back there between the wheel and the hub itself. So the bolts are all snug down in a star pattern. I will torque them down when it's on the ground. I'll have that torque value for in a second. Like I said, I'm only going to show this on one wheel because it's the same all the way around. So there's no point in showing it 3 more times. But I'm really excited to have this on. So once I get the other 3 wheels on, I'll put it back on the ground. We'll talk about torque values and I'll show you what it looks like with these new spacers. All right, so car's back on the ground. Let's see how we did with 15mm spacers all the way around. So when we look straight down, you can see that the tire is exactly flush with the outside edge of that fender. Look up here at the front, flush right with the fender. That is fantastic. That's exactly what I'm looking for. That's exactly the look I'm going for on the X3, especially with what is a square setup, meaning that all 4 wheels are the same size. Now, if you have a staggered setup, for example, if your rear wheels are bigger, like on my M2, then you're going to have to use different sizes of spacers. But since this is a square setup with the same size wheels all the way around, we could use 15s all the way around. So I love this, looks really good. Don't forget to torque your new lug bolts at 140 Newton meters. Make sure to do the star pattern as you torque them down. Other than that, you're all done. Torque them down, clean up, put your tools away. All right, all done. So this really is a simple project. Won't take you very long to get done, and it really does make a difference in the appearance of your car. It's one of those things that if you don't know what to look for, you'll wonder why a particular car looks more aggressive or kind of more muscular than another sitting side by side of the same model. A lot of it has to do with that wheel stance, and spacers can make a big difference there. I love having them on my car. I'm really grateful to BMS and Berger for making such a fantastic product that's so easy to work with. Please make sure to click like and subscribe. It makes a genuine difference to my channel, and I would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next project.